Wow, it's been a while, hasn't it? What happened since Crash Bandicoot 1? A lot, actually. I got over 100 subs on my main channel, RetroGamer42 was changed to KillerBeat64, and of course, Paris. I'm so sorry for those who were affected by this monstrosity. But I am back with a new technique to make these reviews look so much better. Windows Movie Maker. Yes! And with that out of the way, let's take a look at Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Cue the intro! How's it going, guys? John's Reviews here, and now it's finally time to talk about this game. 251 GNR, I hope you're watching, because this is your favorite game of all time. Crash Bandicoot 2 was released in November of 1997, 1 year after the Bandicoot's launch title. There is a much better story to this game, such as collecting crystals and gems, finding secrets, beating relatively easy bosses, and being able to save the game whenever you want. Thank you! Now, obviously, I'm a Crash fan, and I've been playing these games since I was 5. Not to mention, CTR was the very first game I played, and oddly enough, this was the last Crash Bandicoot game I started playing, and that was no less than 3 years ago. So with the success of the first game, Naughty Dog decided it was time for a sequel. The result was Crash Bandicoot 2. It had better and tighter controls than the first, and if you died, it was your fault. There wasn't one death in this game that I thought was caused by the controls. They're that precise. And that's a top priority when it comes to platformers. There are a total of 27 levels in this game, 2 being secret levels. The 25 normal levels each have a crystal and a box gem, as I like to call them. However, there are other gems scattered across the various levels as well. These include 5 different colored gems: red, blue, green, yellow, and purple, all acquired by certain objectives. I'll explain their purpose later. Oh wait, I gotta explain it right now because of the story that requires these things in order for it to unfold. Whoopsie daisy. Anyways, the story picks up right where Crash 1 left off. Cortex falling to his inevitable death. He crashes into an ancient mine that has an ancient crystal. He then takes it, and then 1 year later, his new sidekick, Dr. Engine, says that they need 25 more crystals scattered around the world. Now since Cortex left the last game's bosses for dead, he has to trick Crash into thinking that he has turned over a new leaf, and that you, the player, have to help Cortex retrieve the crystals in order to save the world. However, there is a plot twist, but I won't spoil it now. We'll wait until the proper time. Then we meet up with Dr. Nitrous Brio, who informs us that we need to collect gems instead of crystals, which now brings up an important question. Who really is the bad guy? Here's some backstory. After Crash 1's events, Brio and Cortex went their separate ways, which explains them going back and forth over us like an anime harem. But who gives a shit? Let's begin. As far as gameplay goes, it's actually really well, with previously mentioned tight controls, beautiful 3D environments, and cute animations. Speaking of animations, there is one for almost every death in the game. That is cool. Now this game has a lot of various levels and challenges. You could be trekking on the jungle, monkey barring in the sewers, riding a jetpack, boarding a jet ski, running away from a boulder, running away from a polar bear, riding a polar bear, and so much more. The possibilities of the game are endless, and there are many nooks and crannies that this game has to offer as well. You've got your spinning and jumping, yes, but the game now gives the circle button a purpose, and that's the ability to crouch, power slide, high jump, and even belly flop. Awesome! Now let's talk about the bosses. Well, there were some that were good, and then some that were too easy, including, spoiler alert, the final boss. What? The final boss is supposed to put all your learned and mastered techniques to the test, but instead you get this. Even Oddboy was baffled by how easy and short the final boss was.
You know, who's health.
Go on.
Like
yeah,
that.
got him! That's it!
That's it?
Easy bosses aside, there are a lot of levels that are very unforgiving. Like the Ruins levels. I hate them. However, being the strong competitor of Mario and Sonic that this game is, it actually holds up really well. Sure, it may not have as much replay value as the other Crash games, but in all fairness, this game is still very good. It's not the best by all means, but it still manages to bring me back around to playing, even in 2016. Yes, some levels I really did not like in this game, but hey, at least they're better than Coral Canyon or Mad Bombers, right? So Crash Bandicoot 2 is still a cool charm to own, in my opinion. And I'm not just saying that because it's 251 GNR's favorite, but because I actually do think that this game, for 1997, looked very nice and played very tightly. I got it! Overall, it's a lot of fun. This game is definitely worth the time and money you invest into it. And for speedrunners, this is a very fun game to practice on. I say fun a lot of times, don't I? Regardless, I give Crash Bandicoot 2 an 8 out of 10. Once the second game released, everybody wondered, did Naughty Dog play their trump card too early? Trump card. See what I did there? Well, next time, we'll find out when I take a look at Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Have a great rest of your day. This has been John's Reviews. Oh, by the way, if you refuse to collect the crystals, Cortex starts getting pissed off at you. Do the more you know thing, or whatever it is, to end the video.